Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness. Ladies and gents, later on this year, I'm not sure if it's near the end of the year or near the beginning of the new year, 2025, we're getting the brand new set, Supreme Darkness. Supreme Pro. Got that. Ladies and gents, we're getting the Supreme Darkness core booster set, and look at the front cover of the core set, guys. It's literally the Supreme King. That's Jaden, Niels, Supreme King. We're getting the brand new hero support for 2025, and guys, today is my very first initial reaction to all these cards. We're gonna go over the card by card that we'll be getting within the future and analyze together whether or not this deck will be top tier or not. Ladies and gents, we covered the new Blue Eye support already. Now it's time to enter the realm of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and cover the brand new hero support. Without further ado, let us begin! Yo! 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 Before we begin with anything, guys, I have a little teaser for you guys, okay? Guys, it's just a little quick teaser for all the hero fans out there. TXS1.com is going to be releasing the brand new Hero 3.0 version bundle. And guys, you got new hero deck boxes, okay? And this is perfect because we get new hero deck boxes and we also get new hero support. So right here, guys, is my Hero 3.0 deck box. Just a little sneak peek. This right here is based on you know who, you know what I'm saying? This is the version 3.0. But I just want to give you guys a disclaimer. This is the special edition one, okay? So this is the one-on-one edition one, okay? Then on the inside has all the OG heroes. And it's hollow on the inside. And the divider is also hollow as well. And this is what the deck box looks like, but this is the one-on-one version. So what I'm doing is that it's like a Funko Pop where you guys can get Chase, but there's only one Chase. But the deck box theme this year is really cool. But one of you guys who purchased the deck box will get a one-on-one edition instead of their regular edition one that they've ordered. So guys, Hero 3.0 releasing this year. I love you guys. All right, guys, so on to the brand new Evo Hero support cards, okay? This is me reading their effects for the very first time and my reaction to what I think these cards will do. And then later on, Yassine will go over with some of the combos you guys can actually do with this deck right here. But first, this is my first initial reaction on the new cards that are coming out. So first and foremost, there are a total of 9 new Evo Hero support cards. There are 6 brand new main deck cards and 3 extra deck monsters. Without further ado, let's start off with the main deck cards first. So for the first monster that we got is Evo Hero Doom Prison. Looking at the card right here, this card looks absolutely insane. This has to be Doom Lord, right? This card right here is a level 4 light rock effect monster with the stat of 1400 attack and 1100 defense. And it has the ability that reads, if you control a fusion monster that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so it's an extender. Okay, extender already. You can only special summon Evil Hero Doom Prison once per turn this way. You can send 1 hero monster from your deck to the grave. Hold up, it's a cost. It's a cost. If you fusion summon a hero monster this turn, this face-up card can be used as a substitute for any one fusion material whose name is mentioned on it, but the other material must be correct. Oh, this is Prisma. This is Prisma, right? This is Doom Lord and Prisma combined, right? This has to be it, right? So this card right here is a free extender. Not only that, it's a foolish burial for the deck on cost, so they cannot Ash Blossom this. If they Baylor or they Imperm this, no problem. I've sent the cost for Doom Prison to already send the hero monster to the graveyard. This card is insane, okay? Extender plus a cost foolish burial, and it's also a King of the Swamp. This card is looking very, very promising. I like the way this card is already. You know, there's so many great value cards that's, you know, works really well in the grave. It sends any hero, not just evil hero monsters. It sends Shadow Mist. It can send Malicious Denier. It can even send Sinister Necrom as well. This card is absolutely insane. Next, right here, we got Evil Hero Toxic Bubble. So this is like Neo Bubble Man. Okay. So this card is a water level 4 Fiend effect monster with the stats 800 attack and 1200 defense. You can special summon this card from your hand, but you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except for hero monsters. It's a free hero extender, bro. And it doesn't even require you to have a hero monster on the field. If this card is special summon, and if you control a fusion monster that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion, you can draw 2 cards. So if you control Evil Hero Malicious Bane and you summon this, you draw 2 for free. This card is kind of insane, no? Am I correct here or what? And this card is pot of greed with an extension. This card is Omega dumb. Hold up. I'm getting excited, guys. All right, so we got Toxic Bubble here. I like it. Now we're on to Evil Hero Infernal Rider. So who is this guy? Is this Dark Rule Hades or what? Who is this card, bro? I don't know who it is. So this card's right here. It's a level 5 Wind Fiend Effect monster. The stats 2100 attack and 800 defense. So this card is normal or special summon. You can add 1 Dark Fusion from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So it searches Dark Fusion. You can banish this card and 4 other monsters from your graveyard. Set 1 Super Polymerization from your deck. Also until the end of your opponent's turn. You cannot special summon except hero monsters. Also, you can fusion summon fusion monsters that must be special summon Dark Fusion with effects other than Dark Fusion. Upon normal special, it searches a Dark Fusion. You can banish it with 4 others from your grave, so it's kind of like a miscellaneous source. You set 1 Super Poly from your deck to side of the field, and then you can fusion summon your evil hero monsters with polymerization. So using cards like Doom Prison to send this card to the graveyard and then banishing itself and 4 others, set Super Polymerization is definitely like the way to go. But the only problem is that this card is a level 5 monster. Never mind, guys, you have Sinister Necrom in your deck, so you can go like Doom Prison, send Necrom, just Sinister Necrom, banish itself, summon Infernal Rider. Okay, I get it. And then you search Dark Contact. Okay, I definitely missed a step there. I see the synergies now. Okay, really cool. I like that. This card is definitely being played for sure. Infernal Rider. All right, guys, so that's pretty much for the main deck monsters. Let's go on to the spawn traps. Okay, the first spawn trap that we want to go over is Evil Assault. So this card here is a spell card where it reads: discard 1 card, take 1 level 4 or lower evil hero monster in your deck, and either add it to your hand or special summon it. Also, you do not special summon monster reaction for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, except for hero monsters. Ferris locks you into your heroes. Evil Assault also locks you into heroes. I don't think it matters. Your whole extra deck is all heroes anyways. So like, I don't think this restriction will ever rarely come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. If this card is in the graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it, add 1 Dark Fusion from your graveyard to your hand. I feel like this card is absolutely amazing. It's a 2-in-1. It's a recycled toolbox. So you able to banish stuff to add Dark Fusion from your graveyard to your hand. And also, by discarding your card, cards that are beneficial while being sent to the grave are cards like, you know, Infernal Rider, Malicious, you know, Denier. You got Sinister Necrom. You know, we got Shadow Mist as well. Evil Assault being able to discard a card to special summon a hero monster directly from the deck is absolutely insane. And being able to special summon cards like Doom Prison to be able to send Sinister Necrom to get access to Rider. I see the combos like here already. Like, I feel like these combos are just like insane, right? And also, Evil Assault is searchable because we got cards like Evil Hero and Dusted Gold. This card is that you can discard this card, add 1 Dark Fusion or 1 card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. But, like, it searches your entire deck. Like, Evil Hero Dusted Gold is just insane. You go Stratos, Evil Hero Dusted Gold, you have access to your entire Evil Hero engine with just 1 Stratos, right? Which is ridiculous. So Dusted Gold is just so good. Next card right here, we got Dark Contact. So activate one of these effects, but you can only use each of the following effects of Dark Contact once per turn. Fusion 1 fusion monster from your extra deck that must be special with Dark Fusion by shuffling this material from its field, grave, and or banishment into the deck. So shuffles from your banishment, which is actually amazing. Plays around Mist Shield, stuff like that, which is actually really good. This is treated as fusion summon with Dark Fusion, absolutely amazing. And then the last effect says add 1 Supreme King Castle or Dark Fusion from your deck to your hand. So you can activate, if you have open up with 2 Dark Contacts, you can activate both of them in the same turn, but you have to use the other one that you haven't used yet, right? So you can technically use both effects in the exact same turn, but this card is essentially like a Miracle Fusion for the deck, which is absolutely searchable using cards like Dusted Gold, which is really amazing. So Dark Contact is actually just like really, really nice. So this card is cool. I like it. I think this card is really nice, you know? And now the last and final card here is a card called Dark Supremacy. So this card's a trap card. It looks pretty cool. But what is the effect? So target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Dark Fusion and spells that mention it in your grave. Negate their effects until the end of this turn. Ladies and gents, heroes officially have a searchable Omni Negate. Oh my god! I'm so amped right now. We have a searchable Omni Negate. This is literally Fiendsmith Desiree for heroes. Insane. And it has a secondary effect where it reads: if this card is in your graveyard except the turn of a sender, you can banish this card and target up to 5 hero monsters in your graveyard banishment. Shuffle them into the deck. Yo, holy smokes, this card's insane. Recycling your malicious sounds a little bit stupid, if you guys were to ask me. Like, thinking on top of my head, you only need one of each, like, extra deck cards. Like, you can go away with one Cross Crusader, one Wonder Driver, like, one of everything, because you can just banish some you off Miracle Fusion, someone wake up hero, and then use Dark Supremacy to shuffle that back. This sounds really promising. The hero cards look absolutely insane. I like this. I really like it. I'm really happy now we have a searchable Omni-Negate for E-Heroes, bro, or heroes in general. All right, so that's pretty much it for all the cards in the main deck. Let's go on to the extra deck real quick. We got 3 cards before we go on to the combos that Yassine's going to show me. So this card right here is Evil Hero Inferno Wing Inferno Backlash. She looks kind of bad, bro. Not gonna cap. So this card right here is level 6 fire, Flaming Man stats, 1200 attack, 1200 defense, which requires Elemental Hero Evian or 1 Elemental Hero Bassinatrix plus 1 hero monster. Very generic. You actually don't have to play Evian and Bassinatrix, right? You actually don't have to play the summon this, right? Because you have Doom Prison. So you can substitute this for Evian and Bassinatrix, and the other one just has to be any hero, right? With Doom Prison. Okay. Must be special summon Dark Fusion. If this card is special summon, you can add 1 Dark Fusion or 1 card that benches it from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Wow. So not only can you add Dark Fusion, but you can add any card that benches it. So you have more copies of a Dusted Gold in your deck. This card is insane. If your hero monster destroys an opponent monster by battle, inflict 21 damage to your opponent. You only use each effect of Evil Hero Inferno Wing Inferno Backlash once per turn. So it's like a Flaming Man type effect. Any time your Evil Hero destroys something, just deal additional 21 damage to your opponent, which is insane. The fact you can search not only Dark Fusion, but anything that mentions it sounds insane, and you don't have to play Avion or Bassinatrix in your deck because you play Doom Prison in your deck, which is ridiculous. So this card is definitely a staple in the extra deck for sure, especially if you're playing with the brand new Evil Hero cards. Next, we got Evil Hero Dark Knight. This card right here is a level 8 Earth Fiend Fusion effect monster with 1600 attack and 0 defense. Okay, sounds pretty weak. It requires 1 Fiend monster plus 1 Warrior monster, so a Fiend monster. Monster opponent controls lose attack equal to the total original attack of the fusion materials used for this card summon. Oh, so it's like a better DPE. So if you use like Inferno Divisor, which is a fiend, and like let's say Stratos as a hero, every monster your opponent controls while this card's on the field, they lose 3500 attack. So that means you can put Plasma in defense mode to play around Lightning Storm better now, because they can never run over any of your when you have Dark Knight on the field. Sounds insane. Okay. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase, so 2 attacks. Okay, I like that. If this face-up special summon card in its own control leaves the field by your opponent's card, you can try 1 Fiend or Warrior monster in your grave, special summon it in defense. Wow. Yo, guys, this deck plays around Nibiru like no tomorrow now. Like, you don't, like, Nibiru doesn't exist anymore. Look, reading this card off the bat, Nibiru doesn't exist. This card is absolutely insane. All right, guys, that's for the 8th card. Now let's go on to the last and final card right here. Holy shit. Evil Hero Neo's Lord. This card looks so badass right here. This card right here is level 10 Dark Fiend Fusion effect monster with a stat 2500 attack and 2000 defense. So same stats as my Elemental Hero Neos. And this is like, I believe, Jaden, right? This is like Supreme King, right? It's Supreme King. Holy shit. So it requires 1 Elemental Hero Neos or 1 fusion monster that mentions it, plus 1 effect monster on the field. So another fusion that mentions Elemental Hero Neos is obviously Elemental Hero Shining Neos Wingman. So if you can like favorite contact into this, make Shining Neos Wingman, pop a card, then you can use Super Poly to use like Shining Neos Wingman plus your opponent's monster. You make Neos Lord. Sounds pretty promising, right? Must be special summoned with Dark Fusion. Oh, okay. So wait, you can't Super Poly into it, right? Oh, wait. Okay. No. You don't. You can still Super Poly and make Neos Lord because you use Infernal Rider. Infernal Rider, when it's banished from the graveyard until the end of your opponent's turn. So, you know, you set Super Poly and it's still their turn. You use, you know, Shining Neos Wingman and of course their monster, make Evil Hero Neos Lord. Simple. I like it. Okay. If this card is special summon, or if a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard while this card is in the monster zone, you can target 1 face-up monster one controls, take control of it. It's a once per turn snatch steal. Are you kidding? Guys, this card is omega dumb, bro. My goodness. This card is scary, bro. Neos Lord sounds kind of insane. You steal a monster forever sounds kind of OD, no? Like, this card sounds ridiculous, guys. The new Evil Hero cards are looking absolutely insane. I like the way these cards look, guys. And without further ado, I'm wasting more time. I'm gonna call up Yassine, one of the best deck builders and combo players in the entire world. Showcase you guys on what this deck is all about. And it's time to see this deck in action. All right, guys, welcome back to the combo segment of today's video. Guys, every single time a new archetype comes out, we love to cover the decks here on Team Samurai X1. And of course, I got you guys, the boy, Yassine.
What's good, my man?
Yo, Yassine, how you doing, bro?
I'm trying to be a hero today, so I'm doing really, really well. But I do have a little bit of an evil side that people might see today.
How evil do you feel?
Evil enough to summon a lot of nasty fusion monsters.
So right now, Yassine wants to show us some amazing combos you guys can actually do with the brand new Evil Hero support. Like the new Blue Eye support, Yassine likes to cook up some crazy combos to showcase you guys on what the new support is all about. Yassine, 1 to 10, how good are heroes going to be in the future?
I think they're pretty solid, especially considering the fact that it's a very consistent deck. There are so many one-card starters. The deck is relatively resilient against the smaller hand shops. Nibiru can be an issue, but there are some workarounds. So as long as you know what you're doing, you can be in a pretty good situation. And also the newer cards, some of them, they help you even play around board breakers, such as, Dark Ruler, Evenly Matched. So I want to see the deck did get some cards that kind of fix some of the issues the deck used to have, which makes it in a much better position, I want to say.
That's absolutely amazing, guys. And right now, Yassine is going to go over the combos with me right now so we can showcase you guys what the new Evil Hero support cards does when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. Right now, as I'm currently recording this video, I have no idea on what the new Evil Hero cards do. So this will be the very first time of me taking a look at this card with you guys. And you guys probably already know because you guys watched the intro segment of the video where we explain the cards. But this right now, as the time of recording this, I don't know what these cards do. So Yassine, I am ready. And the first combo that we're doing is Fusion Destiny, right? Like, is this card still insane?
I personally think it's really good because it's either a starter, an extender, and also a card that makes you have something guaranteed even if you get Nibiru, because again, there's kind of like a little play that you can do to at least mitigate its impact. So personally, I think Fusion Destiny is a must, but some people disagree, some people are back and forth. This card is a little controversial in the hero deck, because of the fact that it locks you under Dark Heroes for the rest of the turn. Very important keyword because it's not for the whole turn. You can start summoning all of your non-Dark Heroes first and then finish it off with Fusion Destiny. And I think if people kind of just learn how to properly use this card, then they will really understand just how worth this card really is in the hero deck.
Okay, Yassine, let's just start with Fusion Destiny, guys. Here we go. So first we're going to activate Fusion Destiny, right?
Of course, and we're going to be summoning Destiny will destroy Phoenix Enforcer, which is probably our best friend right now.
So, of course, DP, we're going to send Malicious Denier, right? Always the standard?
Malicious Denier, of course, yeah, it gets you 2 extra bodies on the field, and also Denier is just so insane with Malicious because it also gets back one of the Malicious from the Banished into the deck, so we can use this effect again. So yeah, first things first, Malicious effect, summon another Malicious. And then right after that, we're going to be using the Denier's effect in order to summon itself back and place that Malicious from the Banished into the top of the deck. But we're going to be shuffling our deck, so it's not like we're going to be drawing that Malicious anyways.
Okay, so guys, basic hero combos right here, right now. You guys see where this is going. Guys, the fact that we have like access to 4 Malicious is actually insane. Very, very insane.
Really nice, yeah. Next up, we're going to be going Extra Hero Cross Crusader, using the 2 Destiny heroes that aren't DPE, obviously. And the Cross Crusader has a Monster Reborn effect on summon, so we're going to be reviving back the Denier. The reason for that is because now we can use Malicious's effect in order to banish itself and then summon another Malicious, so that way we can have an extra body on the field.
Wow.
And then we're going to be tributing that Malicious with the Extra Hero Cross Crusader to search Elemental Hero Stratos because we never normal summoned, and the restriction of Dark Heroes only affects you for special summon. So we can summon that Elemental Hero Stratos, and that is going to be getting a search for the Vision Hero Ferris.
Yassine, but we don't have another hero monster in hand.
Don't worry about it. We're going to get one in, literally 2 seconds because we're going to be linking off the Extra Hero Cross Crusader and the Stratos for the Infernal Devicer. And this card, you can reveal one of your fusion monsters in the extra deck and then pretty much search 1 or 2 fusion materials. So we can reveal anyone, it doesn't matter. And we're going to be searching the Elemental Hero Neos from our deck to our hand, which is going to be the discard fodder. But it's also really good to have the Neos in rotation because that card turns on a bunch of your really nasty plays, such as Favored Contact to summon the Shining Neos Wingman. Very, very good card. It can destroy a bunch of cards on the opponent's turn. And also, it makes you kind of immune to Dark Ruler, because even if you get Dark Ruler, at least you're diversifying your threats by having a trap card. So this combo, we're not necessarily going to be able to achieve that, because obviously it's just a 1-card combo.
Yeah.
But this is, the most amount of different kind of interruptions that you can pull off in the hero deck featuring the new support, because obviously we could also end on just Plasma, DPE Pass, but that's boring. We're trying to play this as an evil hero deck, because again, we're trying to explore what the new cards can get us.
Yeah, and honestly, at this current moment in our combo, I can see that we're kind of like Nibiru proof, right? Because whenever like they try to nibble us, we can just DPE pop, right? And we get a DPE interruption back on their opponent's turn, which is absolutely amazing.
Absolutely, that's exactly it. That's the reason why I like this deck so much. It's you just have a lot of little niche interactions that when you really think about it, you kind of think to yourself, oh, that's interesting. I can do that and not lose too hard to hand shops. And obviously Nibiru is like that big hand shop against the deck, but the smaller hand shops like Valor, Imperm, honestly they're rather weak. And even cards like Ash on the increase, it's not the end of the world. There are still ways that you can push. Anyways, next up we're going to be using Ferris's effect to discard the elemental hero Neos, and that is going to be placing your increase from your deck, preferably from your deck. Obviously, if you're good at the game, try not to draw 2 increase. That would not be ideal for sure. And then the increase will be tributing the Ferris in order to summon itself and also summon a Vion in the process. So that is a lot of advantage that you're generating off of 1 Ferris. So 2 monsters in your hand turned into 2 monsters on your field. And the Vion can also use its ability to send for another hero monster from the deck to the graveyard. Alright, so we're going to be sending Shadow Mist from our deck to the graveyard with the effect of Vision Hero Vion.
Yep.
And that is going to be searching the Dusted Gold, which, by the way, is a light feed monster. So if you want to turn this into a Fiendsmith deck, first of all, don't. But if you want to do it, then you can do it.
That's so jokes, yeah.
And we're going to be using the effect of a Dusted Gold that is going to be searching any card that mentions Dark Fusion, pretty much. So yeah, we don't necessarily have to search Dark Fusion. We would rather search Dark Contact. That card right here. This card is kind of like similar to Miracle Fusion. So instead of using the materials from your hand or field, we can shuffle back the materials from the field, the graveyard, and or the banished into the deck. And it is also treated as Dark Fusion, which is really nice. So next, we're going to be using the effect of Malicious, and we're going to be summoning another Malicious.
Bro, and this is all under Fusion Destiny, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah, we're not summoning anything that isn't a Dark Hero monster, so it's really not too bad. And we're going to be using Vion's effect to banish the Neos in order to search Polymerization.
Amazing.
At this point, we're going to be using Polymerization to fuse away the Malicious and the Donaire to summon Destiny Hero Dystopia, which has 2 very interesting abilities. And we would summon it in the middle zone, probably in defense, just to mitigate the impact of a Lightning Storm. And this card can target a level 4 lower Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard, and then burn your opponent for its attack, so we can burn our opponent for 11. And also, while its attack is different than its original attack, we can revert it back to its original attack and then destroy a card on the opponent's field. So it's a very nice interruption. Now, we're going to be linking off the Vion or the increase with the Infernal Devicer. It doesn't really matter too much. Into the Dread Decimator. And then we're going to be using the Dark Contact in order to fuse the Neos from the Banished as well as the Vion from the main monster zone in order to summon it's your boy, the almighty Neos Lord, which is basically Jaden Yuki as the Supreme King.
Deadass?
That's exactly what it is. I mean, it's one of those cards that actually feature an anime character. Look at him.
This is actually Jaden?
It is. It's the Supreme King.
Wait, are you deadass?
No, I'm not joking. It really is Jaden. It's Jaden as the Supreme King.
Like Jaden was actually like this in the anime?
Yes, he was.
Oh, guys, honestly, I'm not a true Jaden fan. What the heck am I doing? God damn. Yo, this is off, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is off 1 Fusion Destiny. This looks ridiculous. Okay, you see,
it's pretty good.
What does this board consist of? Please explain.
Okay, so your Dread Decimator boosts the attack of your monsters by 100 attack for each hero monster in your graveyard. So we also could have had DPE pointing below it, but then if the Dread Decimator gets removed, then we can start losing to Relinquished Anima. And also, usually the DP is going to destroy itself and another monster you control, so it doesn't necessarily need the attack boost right away. The Dystopia really needs that attack boost because of that, it's going to be able to destroy a card the opponent's controls. So we got 2 pops in the form of Dystopia and DPE. And also we got the effect of Neos Lord, where whenever a monster is sent to our opponent's graveyard, we can target a monster our opponent controls and take control of it permanently, which is insane. And also, it cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects.
Wait, so basically, whenever, let's say they link summon something, two monsters go to the grave, they link summon something, Neoslo can use this effect to steal it?
Pretty much, yeah. And again, we can keep it forever, which is insane.
Oh my god, guys. This card is ridiculous. This is so good. And whatever, like, link summon they try to summon, right? We can just steal it, and then we can potentially use it as another disruption, too. Which is insane.
Yes. Yeah, or we can pop it with DPE so that, you know, we can keep having fuel over and over. This deck just has a very good resource game, is what I realized with Hero playtesting with it.
So, bro, why is it that people, like, for example, like, if you guys are able to see what Fusion Destiny converts to in this Evil Hero deck, why are you guys not playing it? Like, you know, I want you guys to let me know in the comments, because from what I'm seeing right now, Fusion Destiny is obviously one of the best cards in Heroes currently, even before the Evil Hero support. But let me know, guys, why you guys are choosing not to play it, other than the reason it locks you into Darks, or if that's the only reason. Still, just let me know in the comments. But I feel like the rewards are just more insane while playing the card in your main deck. Like, bro, like, it helps you play through hand traps. If you already have combo, you can play with your combo hands, and then at the end, activate Fusion Destiny. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel like there's not really a drawback other than the attribute lock, right? You see?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It locks you under Dark Heroes only, but again, for the rest of the turns. So even if you have your evil Hero combo, you just start with it, and then you extend with Dark Fusion Destiny. So it's, honestly, I really don't even see it as a drawback, especially considering the amount of ridiculous advantage that you're generating, dumping the Malicious, that Denier, and also summoning the DPE. It's a 3-in-1 package deal. Who can say no to that?
Wow. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it for the one card combo. Let's go on to the next combo real quick. All right, Yassine, what's the next combo?
All right, so this combo is assuming that we got Elemental Hero Stratos, as well as the second card could be so many. There's so many alternatives for this one.
Yeah.
We could have Destiny Hero Malicious. We could have Evil Hero Salt. We could have Dusted Gold. Every path leads to Rome. And also, even the Stratos could be like 10 billion different cards. That's the beauty about Hero. Every card kind of bridges to the other Hero cards that you need anyways.
Exactly.
There's so many good alternatives that you never really feel like it's a super specific 2-card combo. So right now you're looking at 2 specific cards, but the amount of combination that could lead to this end board are endless.
Yeah, that's honestly, bro, when I play Heroes and when I try to teach people how to play Heroes, is like, I feel like the easiest way to learn is like, you need to find a way to get access to Vion, you know what I'm saying? Like, get access to Vion, dump the Malicious or whatever missing pieces that you need, get polymerization, and then continue on from there, right? And then once you learn like the basics of Heroes, when you go Crusader, or you know, you learn the steps of Inferno Divisor, then Cross Crusader, then Wonder Driver, then the Hero steps becomes a bit more familiar and also a bit easier for you to understand, right? But like you said, Yassine, everything leads to Rome. And we're starting off with Stratos and Malicious. What are we doing here, Yassine?
So we're going to be normal summoning the Stratos and then use its ability to search for our friend Evil Hero Dusted Gold.
Oh, so we're going for a Dusted Gold right away.
Yes, sir. We're not going to be going for Ferris right now. A Dusted Gold is a good option here because we can use its effect in order to search for, again, any card that mentions Dark Fusion, which is going to be the Evil Assault.
Wow. Okay.
And then we can use its ability in order to discard the Malicious, which is a good thing.
Wow.
And also special summon the Doom Prism from the deck directly onto the field.
Wow. Discarding Malicious for free is insane.
But yeah, but it's also the fact that we summon another extremely good card because Doom Prison is a Foolish Burial for cost, and also it can substitute itself for any fusion material when you try to summon a hero monster this turn, which is insane.
For cost, so like the little toy soldiers from, it's like a little toy soldier from the
Yes, exactly. Puppets. Yes, absolutely. So we can use its ability to send the Sinister Necrom from deck to graveyard. There we go. And then we're going to be using Malicious, so summon another Malicious. And we're going to be linking off the Malicious as well as the Stratos for, I think you can already see at this point, the Extra Hero Cross Crusader. Which again, revives back the Malicious, and we're going to be just using that Malicious as tribute fodder to search for the Ferris.
Wow.
So even if you don't immediately start away with Ferris, you can always search it mid-combo, and also get your other hero mid-combo by the Infernal Divisor, which, by the way, speaking of which, we're going to be going for right now. So we're going to be using the graveyard effect of Sinister Necrom, which is going to be summoning the, I think the Infernal Rider, there we go, the last card, from our deck, and on summon, this card is going to be searching for Dark Fusion.
Oh. Wow.
Now we're going to be linking off the Infernal Rider as well as the Cross Crusader for Infernal Devicer.
Broken.
That is going to be searching the Neos by revealing any of the 2 fusion monsters. It doesn't really matter. It's just information that you're giving to your opponent. So I guess the one fusion that you're about to summon, you might as well show in order to just conceal as much information as possible. Anyways, of course, Ferris is going to be triggering its effect. So discard the Neos, summon itself, and then place the increase on your field, which of course is going to also use its effect right away in order to tribute the Ferris. And then that is going to be triggering its ability as well. Summon the Vion from the deck. Alright, so we're going to be using the effect of Vision Hero Vion to send Destiny Rule Denier from our deck to the graveyard, which again is a double extender because not only can it summon itself, but also it can place that Malicious back from the banished into the deck, which is, again, so insane. But anyways, next step, we're going to be using Dark Fusion, which can fuse for a monster that has to use that has to be summoned with Dark Fusion, and that is going to be the Infernal Backlash, using the Doom Prism, which substitutes itself as either Avion or Burstinatrix, and either Vion or Increase doesn't really matter too much.
Wow.
And on the summon, this card can search for anything that mentions Dark Fusion, similarly to a Dusted Gold, and that is going to be your trap card, the Dark Supremacy. And this card is remarkable, and it's one of the better cards, I want to say, from the new cards, because it fixes an issue that the hero deck had before, which was a lack of Omni Negates, which kind of made the deck a little bit more susceptible to losing to Evenly Matched, Dark Ruler, etc. But with a card like Dark Supremacy, we can target face-up cards our opponent controls up to the number of Dark Fusions in our graveyard, or spells and traps that mention it, and then negate them until the end of the turn. And also in the graveyard, you can banish it, and shuffle back up to 5 hero monsters from your graveyard and or banished into the deck, which
Insane.
again is very important. Yes, it's really nice. And it's also very good in tandem with Malicious.
Wow, the fact that you can recycle Malicious again is actually ridiculous. What?
It's insane, yeah. So now we're going to be using the effect of Vion in order to banish the Elemental Hero Neos from our graveyard and search Pulverization. I think it's just a better practice to do this as early as possible, just so that we don't forget, because we don't want to use the Vion as material and then later on find out that we forgot to search for Pulverization.
Right.
Anyways, yes. Next step, we're going to be using the effect of Denier from the graveyard, which can summon itself. And then place a Malicious from the banished into the deck. At this point, we're going to be linking off the Vion as well as the Infernal Devicer in order to summon the Wonder Driver from our extra deck.
Yep.
And we're going to be using Polymerization in order to fuse the Infernal Backlash as well as the Denier in order to summon Sunrise, very specifically to the zone the Wonder Driver points to. That way, we can also reset back a Polymerization or Fusion spell card from our graveyard to the field, and it's going to be Polymerization.
Yep.
And then Chainlink 2 will be the Sunrise in order to search for Miracle Fusion from our deck to the hand.
Wow.
So at this point, we're going to be using Malicious in the graveyard to summon another Malicious. And we're going to be using Polymerization in order to fuse the Malicious and the Sunrise in order to summon DPE. Now we'll go Miracle Fusion, banish the Sunrise as well as the Neos in our graveyard, or any other, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. And we're going to be summoning the Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. Yeah, it can be a Ferris. Now, Destiny will destroy Phoenix Enforcer, will destroy the Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, and this is actually a very good thing because when it's destroyed by Battle by Card Effect, it can summon any warrior monster from the deck, and that is going to be the Shadow Mist, and we never use its effect to search, so we can search for the Mass Change instead in Chainlink 2, or rather in Chainlink 1 because it's mandatory.
Shadow Mist. So this, you have access to Dark Law now.
Exactly. This is the one way to get access to Dark Law when you don't have a hero lives. Usually you're trying to destroy your own Wake Up. That's the best way of summoning the Shadow Mist from the deck. I mean, we could also use the effect of the Infernal Rider in the graveyard to banish it as well as 4 other cards in order to set Polymerization. So we can banish all the cards that we don't really feel like we're going to use, such as Stratos, Extra Hero Cross Crusader, as well as even the Doom Prism and Vion. So that sets super polymerization.
Insane, bro. What the heck? It sets super
It's-
poly, like, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And then we can set that mass change at the Dark Supremacy and call it a turn. And a lot of things will happen on the opponent's turn.
Okay, so you're seeing, this looks like a standard hero board. Like, it doesn't look like it's a lot. Like, are you sure it's good?
I mean, it's pretty nice. You can summon Dark Law, you have a negation,
Okay.
you got back your DPE, and also with that DPE, it can come back to the same zone as the Wonder Driver, well, the same column. And that is going to trigger the Wonder Driver again in order to reset back your Miracle Fusion, which gets you another really good follow-up play. That can
Insane.
summon the Infernal Rage next turn, and then that is going to be searching for a favorite contact, which again can summon the Shining Neos Wingman, which can destroy a bunch of cards. So you never run out of gas, and that's the beauty with the hero deck.
Okay.
So with only 2 cards, we have 4 cards in our back row. We can fuse away for Super Poly if we have the ability to summon the Shining Neos Wingman, because that's a monster that mentions Neos with another monster. And then we can summon that Neos Lord. So it's the kind of combo that also gets better when you have more cards. But even as it is, we still have a Dark Law protected from Dark Ruler and Evenly thanks to Dark Supremacy, which is really what matters.
Okay, so how do we play this? Like, can we play it out?
Yeah, so at any moment, you can go activate the Mass Change, target the Shadow Mist, which again is a 2-in-1, because not only does it summon Dark Law, but it makes Shadow Mist go to the grave, which then searches for your for any hero monster that would be a really good follow-up card. So either Stratos or a Dusted Gold. A Dusted Gold would be able to search the Dark Contact, and that card is pretty insane because it shuffles back the materials from the graveyard and are banished. So yeah, usually, by the way, I would like to summon the Dark Law on attack, just because its defense is not really high, so I don't want it to get destroyed.
No,
and
DP,
also
DP,
usually
DP. It's everything's 0.
that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Just in case DPE has to use its effect to destroy something, it might have to leave the field, or I guess you can destroy another monster. So you don't really feel the drawbacks too much. So yeah, I mean, at this point, you also have the negation with Dark Supremacy. You got Super Poly if you can fuse for something. Not that it really matters, but at any moment this card could be really nice. And also, nothing forced you to use Super Poly that turn. You could also hold it, hold the effect of Infernal Rider, and then use it next turn, and then you can start summoning your monsters that would have to be summoned with Dark Fusion, with cards other than Dark Fusion, such as Polymerization,
Right.
etc.
Right. Okay. So this board just shows like kind of like the resiliency on what like the new Evo Hero players or the new Evo Hero cards could do, providing you with the exact same end board as the older hero deck with the 2 cards, but instead you have utility within the Na'vi Negate, which is absolutely insane. And also,
Yeah.
you're also having access to polymerization as well. If you're playing cards like Garura or Mudragon in your extra deck, you can easily just break your opponent's board just single-handedly with super polymerization. Also, in the next coming format, Yubel is obviously, the best deck. So if you're playing against Yubel, you can, if you're, spicy and play the Loving Defender in your extra deck, you can just fuse their entire board to make Loving Defender, right? So it's just like very versatile.
I would watch out, because the Super Poly, even though it looks really nice that we got it here, we are locked under hero monsters only for the rest of the opponent's turn.
Why?
With the graveyard effect of Infernal Rider. That's just one of the drawbacks,
Oh.
unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, wait. So with this super polymerization, it's just gonna be used for the following turn, then, right?
Yeah, exactly. Or we could summon the Neos Lord, assuming that we have Neos or a fusion monster that mentions it, and we can still use an opponent's monster. So that Super Poly can still hurt the opponent, but we might need a little bit more setup. But fortunately, the next combo will show you how Super Poly can still be extremely good in the hero deck with the proper setup.
All right, guys. So that's pretty much our combo number 2. We want to show you guys different varieties of different hero combos, especially involving the new Evo Hero cards and what it's able to do. All right, guys. Let's go on to combo number 3.
Okay, so in this situation, we have Element Hero Stratos, as well as Ferris, and Fusion Destiny, which is an extremely good hand, but also very complicated hand. I don't see that's kind of like the pro and con of playing hero. You have so many options, which is really, I mean, it's really fun, and it also feels very rewarding, but it's also very complicated, so you're very prone to misplaying.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why you gotta practice a lot with the deck in order to really understand what you're doing, in order to not make the wrong move and pretty much just, fumble completely. But in this situation, it is better to normal summon the Stratos first, and we really want to keep that Fusion Destiny for last, because again, it locks us under Dark Hero monsters only for the rest of the turn. The Stratos is actually going to be searching for Evil Hero Sinister Necrom, not Malicious, since we can just dump it off of the Fusion Destiny.
Okay.
Yes, and that is going to be a perfect discard fodder for the Ferris, because just like Malicious, Sinister Necrom can also banish itself to summon a hero monster from the deck, but that is going to be an evil hero monster. And your evil heroes, typically, they're all non-dark monsters, even though they're evil, which I never really understood. You know, it's kind of like how Cyber Dragon and Thunder Dragon, they're not really dragons, but they have the word dragon in their name. You know,
Yeah.
it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Logic sometimes. But yeah, the increase will be summoning the Vion, and then Vion will be triggering its effect to send Liquid Soldier from the deck to the graveyard.
We still play the Liquid Man or no?
Yeah, I mean, it's still good. It has some nice effects. So on normal summon, it's a monster reborn, and when it's used as a fusion material, it still searches for, I mean, it still draws 2 and then discards 1. So honestly, I think there's pretty much no drawback to playing this card. But if you don't really like it, I guess you can cut it. You're not necessarily forced to play it, but it's still, I think, a card that is even good when you have a bunch of normal summons, because it's a good card overall to use as a fusion material.
I understand. And honestly, guys, you guys were able to see with the first combo what one Fusion Destiny is able to do. Now with an opening hand of, like, 3 cards, and, obviously Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not a 1-card hand, you know what I'm saying? You can't always play Yu-Gi-Oh! With just 1 card in your hand, right? You've seen, that's kind of like a flaw logic to have, right? Like, sometimes, like, I don't understand that, like, when you're playing Snake Eyes, yes, 1 Snake Eye Ash is full combo, but what happens if you get interrupted? You're also playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With a 5 to 6 card hand. So it's more realistic to showcase you guys different combination cards like Stratos and Ferris and Fusion Destiny all in one hand, to showcase you guys on what this hand is able to produce. And also at the same time, during any point of your combo, if you get interrupted, Fusion Destiny becomes insane, because as it becomes as an additional extender, in the deck, which helps you get access to more crazy plays, right?
Yep, it's the ultimate backup plan, and it's more than that, because it's also the startup plan. So it's everything. That's the reason why I like this card so much. Yeah, it's a starter, extender, everything you can think of.
Wow.
But yeah. Anyways, at this point, we're going to be using the effect of Vion to banish the Ferris from the graveyard in order to search for polymerization. Again, make sure that we get access to that as early as possible, because the next step is going to be linking off the increase as well as the Vion for the Infernal Devicer, which then will be searching for its your boy Elemental Hero Neos. Now is gonna be probably one of my favorite plays. We're gonna be using polymerization to fuse the Neos and the Stratos for the Infernal Rage. Yep.
This card is so good. And then Rage goes to Sunrise, the favorite contact.
Yes,
this is a very
exactly.
hero combo right here.
Yeah, it's so nice. It's so nice when it's summoned off of Neos. It gets like that bonus effect that just makes it broken. Because, yeah, exactly as you said, we're now going to be summoning the Sunrise, which then searches for Miracle Fusion.
Yeah, so right now, even name doesn't even matter here. Like, you already have your access to favorite contact already, so you already have Shining Neo's Wingman as a backup plan already with Fusion Destiny. It's just insane.
Exactly, and obviously we're far from done, because now we can use Sinister Necrom to banish it, and then summon Infernal Rider, which then searches for Dark Fusion.
Wow.
And then we're going to be using the effect of Dark Fusion in order to fuse for the Dark Knight, I believe that's the name, using the Infernal Rider as well as the Sunrise. And this card's also pretty good. So very similarly to Phoenix Enforcer, it also makes your monster's attack basically drop to 0, because they lose attack equal to the total original attack of the fusion monsters used for this card summon, which is 21 plus 25. So every monster your opponent controls loses 4,600 attack.
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah, and also it can declare a second attack during the battle phase. So if you have Dread Decimator pointing to it, it's gonna have over 3k attack and can attack twice, so you can pretty much just one-punch man your opponent very quickly with this card. And also, when
the last
effect is my favorite one. If this face-up special summon card and its owner's control leaves the field by opponent's card, even if it gets Kaiju'd, you can target one Fiend or Warrior monster in your grave, special summon it in defense. So it is, again, another way of recovering from Nibiru. People keep saying that Nibiru is so good against the hero, but there are still workarounds. Cards like Dark Knight, cards like DPE, and also getting access to Favorite Contact and Dark Supremacy as early as possible, just to make it so that you diversify every single one of your interruptions, that you don't rely just on Plasma and Dark Law all the time, because then, yeah, sure, you're committing a lot of resources and you are losing big time to blowouts. That's the reason why the combos that I'm showing, they're not always involving Plasma unless we really have the resources to summon it, which in this situation is fortunately the case.
Let's do it.
So now we're going to be using Miracle Fusion in order to summon Wake Up Your Elemental Hero by banishing the Sunrise as well as the Liquid Soldier.
This also gets you draw as well, right?
Exactly. Yes, so we're going to be drawing 2 cards and then discard 1 card.
Did that matter?
Yeah, it did matter. It's not the end of the world though. So we can discard the malicious.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, because like we're getting access to malicious anyway with Fusion Destiny, right? So it didn't.
Like even if we have like one extra malicious like that we don't have access to, like this combo has a little bit of leeway because you're gonna see at the very end we're gonna have like an extra malicious that we can use in the grave that we're still not gonna use. So it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
So activate Fusion Destiny, and we're gonna be summoning for the DPE using Denier as well as malicious. So again, even if you've got like an extra malicious in the graveyard, it's really not the end of the world. It's fine.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah, malicious.
Yeah. So guys, in real life, you know, scenarios like this will happen. It will happen where you just like draw a card that you shouldn't draw. You know what I'm saying? But it's still, like Yacine said, there are always workarounds on it.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, anyways, we're now going to be using malicious in order to summon another malicious.
Yep.
And again, even if you can only summon it once, bro, Denier is man's best friend because we can get back the malicious again, which is super cracked. So yeah, Denier's effect in the graveyard will trigger now. Summon itself, and then place back the malicious and the banished back into the deck. So it's pretty much as if the card was unlimited, even if it was, you know, semi-limited, right? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just an extra bonus that, you know, the malicious is now a 3. It makes the deck so much better. But at this point, we're going to be linking off into Extra Hero Cross Crusader using the malicious and the Denier. And that, of course, will be reviving back the malicious.
Wow.
Which we will tribute pretty much right away. In order to search for, I think you guessed it, Destiny Hero Plasma.
Plasma is coming out, guys. Wow, this board is insane.
And it's gonna get even better.
And then everything is 0, right?
Oh yeah, every monster your opponent controls will have 0 attack, 100%.
And then same thing with DPE too. But let's say they have like what, 6,000 attack. DPE will still make it 0, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, DPE will use its effect, destroy itself as well as the Wake Up. And that will trigger both Wake Up and DPE, so get back the DPE next turn, and also Wake Up will summon the Shadow Mist from the deck, which is insane because it gets you access to the Dark Law on the opponent's turn.
Wow.
And a Search, which is follow-up.
Wow. Wow, this is just insane, guys.
Yeah, and we still have one final Malicious in the graveyard, so we're going to be doing that and summon the last Malicious in the deck. And we're going to have 2 Link monsters and a Malicious that we can just tribute for the Plasma. There we go. And then we're going to be using the graveyard effect of Infernal Rider. So banish it. Alongside, we don't really need the Link monsters too much. And we don't really need cards like, there you go, Vion. Stratos, not really needed either.
And we can also shuffle it back with Supremacy too.
Exactly, so we never run out of fuel. It's really not
yeah, and Favorite
much
Conduct
of a
can
deal.
also, and Favorite Conduct can shuffle back the Infernal Rage as well, which is insane.
Yes, and yeah, exactly. And we also shuffle back the Neos, so that card, well, that was a card that we could have banished as well. Would have been pretty much a free banish, free shuffle, well, free banish and free shuffle pretty much. And yeah, we can call it a turn there.
Wow. Okay, so how many interruptions does this see?
This is going to be like around 7 interruptions. It's pretty nasty. So not only do we get back DPE on the opponent's turn, but also this is where it gets really good. So obviously we have Plasma, which is a skill drain, but let's just assume that it's not enough, and our opponent places a lot of cards on the field that we feel like we have to destroy. The first thing that we can do is that we can use Favorite Contact in order to summon the Shining Neo Swingman.
Wow. Wow. So even if they Dark Ruler, this is like, it's still like, we're not losing.
Oh, it's still an unbreakable board through Dark Ruler. Who cares? I'm not scared.
So guys, so let's imagine they Dark Ruler us, okay? What,
No problem.
Okay, no
That's
problem.
fine.
Okay, so
Summon activate Favorite Contact. There you go.
Okay.
You want to Dark Ruler me? You're still gonna lose. Summon the Shining Neo Swingman.
Okay. And then you're popping.
There you go. Oh, we're popping 3 cards. That's insane because we have 3 different attributes on the field. And if our opponent has like Fire, Water, and Wind, we can pop even more cards because Shining Neo Swingman is a light, and then Plasma, Shadow Mist, and DPE are dark. And the Dark Knight is, ironically enough, an Earth monster. So yeah, we're getting 3 pops here, again, through the Dark Ruler.
Yep.
And we're not done because we can use Super Poly using an opponent's monster and the Shining Neo Swingman to summon the Neos Lord, because this card can require any effect monster on the field. But assuming that our opponent doesn't have an effect monster on the field, this is not really. It's always going to be the case, but right now, just for demonstration purposes, we can use the Shiny Neos Wingman and the Dark Knight.
Wow.
And then on the summon, well, rather, when an opponent's monster is sent to the graveyard, well, again, that could be on the summon. That could steal a monster the opponent controls permanently. And we still have that mass change to transform the Shadow Mist into Dark Law and also get us a search in the process, which is
Wow.
completely filthy.
Bro, this is a lot of this is too much. I think this is a bit too much.
It's a little too much, I can agree with that. And also, if we summon that Dark Law preemptively, then Forbidden Droplet is now an illegal activation. So if we really want to play around Droplet even more, we can shotgun the Dark Law. But that way, we do lose the Dark Ruler a little bit more.
Yeah.
So you do have to be a little careful. I would personally hold the Dark Law for as long as possible, because personally, I think the Plasma is going to be enough to carry me to victory, especially when I know for a fact that my opponent cannot run over the Plasma, since all the opponent's monsters will pretty much have 0 attack.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Honestly, I think you might as well put Plasma in defense, right? To play around Dark Ruler, like to play around Lightning Storm, right?
Yeah, that's also a very good option, absolutely.
Yeah, because you have DP.
It's not like it's gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. Because you have DP and also the malicious. What's it called? The Doom Knight, right?
The Dark Knight,
The
exactly.
Dark Knight, yeah, which is insane. So guys, this is the future of Heroes in 2024, 2025. You're seeing how confident are you with this deck right here? Like, with its success. Like, how well do you think this deck will perform in the future? Honest.
I think it can perform really well in the hands of someone who really understands the hero deck, because hero is a fan favorite that is typically played by a lot of people who really just have a passion for the deck, and
Yeah.
we've seen people like Nathaniel actually top a YCS very recently, actually, with a hero deck. So yeah, your favorite hero player might end up topping another YCS with the deck.
Yeah.
Who knows? I think it can happen. I think a lot of people who just are really motivated to do well with their favorite deck can always push it to the next level. It's a deck that has a lot of options, which always rewards good deck building, creativity, and also you get rewarded for doing your homework and understanding of the lines to mitigate the impact of hand traps such as Nibiru. So I think this deck is much better than people are giving it credit for, especially when you consider the fact that this deck is super consistent. And also, you can prey on people's ignorance, because not a lot of people know how the hero cards even work. There's so many different cards. People will always ask, can I read that card?
Yeah.
And every single time someone asks me if they can read my card, I always smile, because I know I'm at a huge advantage.
Yeah.
And when you are a hero player, you have that advantage,
Yeah.
and you can consider yourself lucky, I want to say,
Yeah.
to be in that situation.
Yeah, because there's so many effects that you have to realize, you know, when it comes to playing against heroes, because sometimes people just don't know where to correctly hand trap, and that's a huge advantage that we hero players have. So yeah, guys, this deck in the future is looking really creamy. Guys, check out Yassine's channel. I'll leave his links in the description box below. He has a full deck list and explanation on how to properly play this deck, and I know Yassine plays every single deck in Yu-Gi-Oh, and he loves to learn about different things and teach you guys as well. And yeah, guys, check out Yassine. We'll do more of these in the future for sure. Let us know what decks you guys want us to cover next. And you know, I know that the hero community is huge, really big. You know what I'm saying? And there's other hero players you guys can check out on YouTube. You know, they might have other combos for you guys to explore, like Jaden BR. You know, I know Blake YGO is also pretty good as well. But yeah, you know, these other guys, you know, I know I'm obviously, there's way others more out there. If I'm not mentioning it, you guys know who you are. You guys can leave a comment in the comment section below. But yeah, you guys check those guys out. You guys can also check out Yassine. I'll leave all the links in the description box below. Yassine, any last words, brother?
I need a hero!
I need a hero. What, like, yo, how does that song go again?
I forgot, man.
forgot.
I just know it was the Shrek song, yeah. But all I need is
All you
all
need to
I
know
know
is-
is that I need a hero, exactly.
All you need to know is get your game on, baby.
Get your game on, exactly.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next episode on Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck Breakdown. All right, guys.
Peace.
Peace.